All right, heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Let's do this again. Miss Boxing, what's up? So one of these little preliminary fights just got over with. I didn't catch these dudes' names when I came in. One dude name is Alejandro, and the other dude name is Yap. I thought Yap or Alejandro was winning the fight, but we'll see who's going to win this fight afterwards. Um, One King, One Way was good. CB Sports TV, salute, bruh. Lawrence Williams was good. Wait till a few more people jump up in and get my little final prediction. I kind of gave it throughout the other live streams, but going to get straight to the point on this one though. St. Cruzin, what's up, champ? Chris DeBron was good. King Strick, what it do? Yes, Lawrence, you are here too. Got a chance to see you yesterday, man. That's what's up. Are you here right now? Like, I mean, are you in the arena right now? Yeah, I'm at the fight, Chris. I'm at the fight. Black Reality TV, salute, bro. Mala 2243 was good. Okay, Lawrence Williams said he in section 9. I'm in 16. We're in 16, right? Yeah, 16, right? You sit in the corner. I'm in 16.
Judges Max Lunda and Don Trella both saw 58-56. While Judge Ricardo
I can't find it right now, bro. GB Boxer says any of the LDBC there. Yeah, man, I seen my man.
Angel!
I think you kitty corner from me, Lawrence. That's what my wife said at least. But I'm gonna get to this, man. Now, all right. So I got Wilder. Okay, Mala 2243 got the same round as me. I got Wilder within 7, but this is how I think it's gonna go. I think they're both gonna come out being very tactical because they October 4th was good, man. Because they know each other. They think that. They know that they know that they can both hurt each other. So I think the first few rounds will be tactical. They'll come out probing with their jab, trying to find openings. I don't think Wilder will come out super aggressive. I think he'll try to establish the jab early. I think Ortiz will look to counter over the jab. And shouts out to Malik Scott. I chopped it up with him in the downstairs in the MGM Grand. Shouts out to him, man, for checking out my channel and checking out my content. You know what I mean? But me and him chopped it up. And he told me because I told him in that first fight, man, I was like, Wilder kept circling to Ortiz's left, which is, for me, just an outsider looking in, stylistically. And, I just thought that was insane for him to walk towards the other guy's power hand. And what he was telling me was that Wilder was trying to walk towards his hand, but then he was trying to counter over Ortiz's straight left, which when he demonstrated it to me, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But man, that's some risky shit. That is very risky. But I guess when you have that reach advantage, you know how to maintain distance, you can take that type of risk. But man, circling to the guy's power hand is very risky. And one of those right hands that hurt Ortiz in that first fight was Wilder circling to his left and he caught him. But I was telling Malik, man, that it's not only Ortiz's left hand that Wilder has to worry about. The shot that hurt Wilder, the shot that hurt Wilder in that 7th round was Ortiz's lead right hook, which is his jab hand. It was his right hand that kind of caught Wilder. It was so sneaky, Wilder didn't see it coming. And if he can get that punch working or find a way to try to utilize that shot and try to battle with his, instead of trying to battle with his jab, Ortiz try to battle with a lead right hook versus Wilder's jab, it'd be interesting, man, especially whoever can land it quicker. But I would think Wilder be able to maintain and land his jab a lot more frequently because it's a straighter punch. It gets to A to B quick, and it's very fast and it's snapping, and Wilder can maintain that distance, all right? But if Ortiz got to find a way to try to, get past the jab and work his way on the inside. Another thing that I've been saying is forever going into Wilder fights, Trap House Boxing was good, bro. Okay, and Trap House had the same sentiment as me, man. Me and Trap House on one accord talking about Wilder going to Ortiz left, so we on one accord with that. But it's going to Wilder's body, and I know it's easier said than done, right? Just go to his body. Yeah, you got to work your way and get to that. You got to get there first. You know what I mean? You can say it all day, but you got to get there. How do you get there? By getting inside of his jab and getting inside of that straight right hand and try to get in there and then stay in there, stay in the pocket. But Wilder will fight you on the inside. He did it with Duhaupas. He did it with Molina in certain spots. He will fight with you on the inside. And I think if Ortiz can get him to stay there and not just have him fight there in spurts, but to get him to stay there and fight with him, then, you know, that to me is more of Ortiz's type of fight. He can land little sneaky uppercuts like he did against Jennings, so on and so forth, all right? But I think Wilder's going to maintain his jab, maintain his distance, and this may come down to them both try to counterpunch each other. But if Wilder gets you hurt or he sees any type of resemblance of you slowing down, he will try to, you know what I mean, put his foot to the pedal, man. I'm trying to look for Lawrence Williams. If you see me veering off looking, I'm trying to see where section 9 is at, see if I can see my man. But yeah, man, I got Wilder within 7, man. I think it'll start off slow, and it's going to start heating up. Once it starts heating up, I think Wilder will maintain the distance. And that right hand, I know it's kind of cliche. I know people may say, oh, everybody picks Wilder by knockout with the right hand. It's like, well, shit, man. I mean, you know what I mean? To do, 41 fights, 40 fights, man. Usually when that right hand touches you, weird things start happening to these guys' legs. They start getting discombobulated. You know what I mean? So I'm just going with what I've seen. You know what I mean? But Luis Ortiz is a very crafty, sneaky counter puncher, man. That lead right hand he landed on Wilder was so quick. You literally have to fast forward it. I mean, you have to rewind it to see what exactly landed. Because then he landed another, in that 7th round, he landed another straight left that hurt Wilder. Then he started getting Wilder in trouble. But it was that lead right hook that he threw where Wilder actually threw a right hand and hit Wilder with it. You know what I mean? So, very interesting fight, man. I know people, they're trying to, crack jokes about Ortiz's age and things like that. And that's cool, man. But we all know that heavyweights age a little bit differently than other weight classes. You know what I mean? It's the difference between a 40-year-old heavyweight and a 40-year-old welterweight. There's a difference, you know what I mean? Because in those weight classes, they rely a lot on speed, and you rely on speed in heavyweights too. You want to be a quick puncher, fast puncher, but it's about punch placement, and they fight at a much slower pace. You know what I mean? And the power's the last thing to go. And Ortiz is a very crafty, sneaky counter puncher, and he punches very hard. Like I said in my live stream yesterday, this isn't like and props to Chris Bird, former title holder, held the IBO title for 4 years. But this isn't a Chris Bird situation where it's a guy that's not known for his power, that's a good counter puncher, but somebody that, he has 31 wins and 26 knockouts. You know what I mean? And people say that Ortiz hasn't looked good in his last few fights, Mr. Boxing. Look, man, he finished Razvan Kinjanu pretty quick. You know what I mean? He finished Kinjanu quick. Joseph Parker went 12 rounds with Razvan. Now, you can argue that, hey, Razvan was Parker's key sparring partner. Even going into that fight, we know what happened with Huey Fury. And even going into that fight, Razvan was his key sparring partner. And then the fight got canceled between Parker and Fury. Then they had Razvan step in. So that was kind of an odd situation. But with that said, though, even though he fought hundreds of rounds with Parker, he still went the distance in a lackluster fight. Ortiz went in there and took care of him. You dig what I'm saying? Easy work. Got the little fight shirt. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait. You know what I mean? Now, people say, but Mr. Boxing, he didn't look good against Travis Kaufman. It's like, bro, he knocked him down 3 times and dominated him. And Travis Kaufman isn't the easiest guy to just knock out. Yes, he isn't a world beater. Yes, Travis Kaufman isn't a top 10 heavyweight, but he is a respectable fringe contender type of guy that's not just easy to look good against. You dig what I'm saying? Just ask some of his opponents. Ask Mansour, was it just easy to look good against Travis Kaufman? No, it's not easy. Some guys aren't just easy to look good against. I know on paper, you may look up BoxRec and see where they are, where BoxRec have them, or you look at the world rankings and he's not in the top 15, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, Mr. Boxing, he didn't look good against Christian Hammer. Tyson Fury knocked out Christian Hammer, Mr. Boxing. Marius Wack had a devastating knockout against Christian Hammer, Mr. Boxing. Okay, but I'll argue that Povetkin didn't look great against him and went 12 rounds. You know what I mean? And in that fight, again, I thought Ortiz won every round. He probably could have gave Hammer one round, but it was another dominant performance as far as on the scorecards. Now, the fight itself, Christian Hammer was doing a lot of different things, showing Ortiz a lot of different looks. Ortiz wants the counter. Christian Hammer took the counter-punching ability, especially Ortiz landing something devastating. He took it away from him. How did he take it away from him, Mr. Boxing? Because he was pot-shotting Luis Ortiz. Pot-shotting, moving, coming in, holding, clinching, moving back, pot shot. He was being kind of negative with his offense. He was doing a lot of blushes. Wife over having a sneeze attack, but you know what I mean? This is smoky as hell. Yo, the MGM is very small, man. I did not know how small this venue is. The ring, we're in section 106. The ring is like 100 feet away from us. You know what I mean? So good seats, man. You know what I mean? I'm happy with our accommodations, but Christian Hammer isn't easy to look good against. Mr. Boxing, you're making excuses for him. He didn't look great. Christian Hammer he's like Travis Kaufman. Yes, you look at the rankings. Yes, he isn't a top 10 heavyweight, but he's not easy to look good against. You dig what I'm saying? I know on paper you want to believe that he should look easy going against these guys, but it's just not that easy. Now, I did think Christian Hammer landed some good right hands. Some of them were like some scraping over the top. He kind of shot the right hand over the top. He was landing some overhand hooks on Ortiz, landing some good right hands, right? But there wasn't the type of right hands that Wilder throws. Wilder likes to throw long right hands. He'll throw some short ones in there, but his bread and butter is the long right hands. You know what I mean? And when he gets you hurt, he'll start looping wild shots at times, Wilder will. But, yeah, man, look, man, he dominated Kaufman, stopped him on his feet, knocked him down 3 times. Pretty much swept Christian Hammer. And then he blew out Razvan Kanjani. You dig what I'm saying? He won the fight, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? So, but with that said, though, I'm going with Deontay Wilder, 7th round knockout. I think the first few rounds, we may be on here debating who won the first 6 rounds. I think it may be one of those situations where we come on here debating who won the first 6 rounds. I thought it was 3-3. I thought it was 4-2 Ortiz. I thought, Wilder won majority of the rounds. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a knockout by the Bronze Bomber. And that's my prediction on this fight, man. See what y'all talking about. Well, let me get to the super chat, man, because I appreciate anybody supporting the channel. My man D-Style Boxing. What's good, D-Style? Y'all go subscribe to D-Style Boxing. Go subscribe to Trap House Boxing as well. Go subscribe to P-Money. CB Sports TV, Scrapbook Boxing in the building. Subscribe to all those brothers, man. Miss Boxing. Let me go up and see what y'all talking about. My man Black Reality TV, subscribe to him as well. Unbiased Heavyweight Rankings and News, subscribe to him as well. He says Gili now fighting Andre Radinko. Yeah, man. I seen that, Kuzman pulled out the fight with Zhang Gili, citing some type of injury. Radinko's a tough journeyman type of guy. He's fought the Povetkins, the Lucas Browns, the Huey Furies, those type of guys, So he'll go in there and give Gili a rough go again. He's kind of like Christian Hammer in a way, in a sense where on paper he should blow him out, but stylistically he makes it rough. Why does he make it rough? Because he knows how to survive. He's been in a plethora of training camps. Knows his way around the ring, has a little bit of pop, just knows how to survive, man. It's just, some guys just make you bring your hard hat and your lunch pail, man. They make you earn that 10-round or 12-round decision. It's just how it is in the boxing, man. And I know people like, well, Mr. Boxing, if it was Deontay Wilder in there with Christian Hammer, Wilder would blow him out. He probably would. He'd probably knock him out with a right hand. I think Joshua would blow him out. I think a lot of guys, but Ortiz, him being a strictly counter-puncher, it was kind of like when he fought my man Malik Scott. Malik Scott was doing a plethora of innumerable amount of lateral movement, making Ortiz frustrated, wasn't sitting in one spot, and he wasn't giving Ortiz the fight he wanted, which is come forward or at least stand in one spot and trade with him. He was moving. And I think Wilder can implement a little bit of that, a little bit of movement, but we know Wilder want to be aggressive eventually. So a little bit of movement, maybe even turn Ortiz into the aggressor and try to counter Ortiz and catch him with a big right hand, which he did in the 10th round. When Wilder was backing up, it was a right hand that caught Ortiz off the back foot. Ain't that ironic? They say Deontay Wilder can't fight off the back foot. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? Because he did it in the first fight with Stavern, and he did it in spots and spurts in the fight with Luis Ortiz. Particularly that right hand he landed in the 10th round when he was moving off the back foot. Boom, came over the right hand. I think that's one of the right hands after Ortiz threw a left. He countered him. All right, I'm gonna see what y'all talking about, man. Enjoy the rest of this little, these little preliminary fights, man. Let's see here. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to scroll down, catch everybody, man. Black Reality TV says, yeah, LDDC is in the building. Yes, we are, man. It's thick too. I know my man Black Fight Fan TV. I know he's here. I seen that he arrived. Want to get a chance to meet him. I met Lawrence Williams. I met Fred Barbershop Conversations. Got a chance to meet Blue Blood. You know what I mean? So I know there's a lot of other guys here too, man. I haven't got a chance to see everybody, but I know there's some more people in the building too. Let me see. Eric Sway says, I don't know, Mr. Boxing. I'm feeling like if Ortiz makes the final bell, he wins by unanimous decision. King Strick says Wilder in 4. What's good? Yeah. My wife thinks that Wilder's going to win by knockout in the 11th. Levi Khan says Ortiz looking slimmer this time around. Yeah, I looked it up. He has been lower than this weight that he was today, the 236 and a half. He has been lower than that 17 other times in his career. He's been as low as like 218, 220, 233, 233, 230. He's been those weights. But I predicted for him to come into this fight at between 235 and 240. Came in at 236 and a half. I predicted Wilder to come in between 215 and 220. Came in, 219 and a half? So I was right on with those predictions. It's getting loud in here, man. I'm going to take a few more, y'all. Mike Wilkins, what's good? Trap House, what it do? October 4th says, good call. I think Wilder will wait at least 4 rounds to start throwing heavy leather. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to take a drink, man. St. Cruiser says, respect to Deontay for taking on another tough fight. Ortiz still dangerous. Yes, he is, man. You know, all the jokes on social media, St. Cruiser, that's just social media BS, man. This dude can still fight. And if he's so easy, and if he's so old, why wouldn't you want him on your resume? Why wouldn't you want to be the fighter that says, hey, man, the only 2 fighters to beat Luis Ortiz was Deontay Wilder and myself? You know why they don't want it? Too risky. Why risk it? It's easy on social media to say that he's old and he's this, he that. It ain't so easy to get in there and fight him. You know what I mean? Blue Blood Sports TV, salute my brother. What's good, Blue Blood? Nice meeting you the other night, man. Hopefully we can chop it up again, man. I'm out of here Monday morning, so I know it's going to be lit out in the MGM, you know, in the entryway. So hopefully I see you again tonight, bro. Mike Wilkins says, I'm wondering when we're going to get an all-heavyweight card. Man, you know what? Eddie Hearn does put on some good heavyweight cards. I got to give his egghead ass his respect, you know what I mean, when it comes to that. I got to give him his props. He does do a good job of putting together some good heavyweights on his undercards to his Anthony Joshua fights. I will give him that. You know what I mean? Now, with that said, though, you guys know how I feel, man. I was a big fan of Don King's cards in the 80s and 90s. He would put 8 heavyweights on a fight card. You know what I mean? It was nothing to see Tyson and Frank Bruno and Oliver McCall and all these dudes on one card. Bruce Seldon and Tony Tubbs and Greg Page. He'll put all these dudes on one card. You know what I mean? This card kind of surprising that there's only one heavyweight fight on the card, you know what I mean? I at least want to see Brazil or Kanowski or somebody on this motherfucker. Gerald Washington, Charles Martin, somebody. You know what I mean? But as far as being in attendance and being here, usually if you have, they got Santa Cruz, so like Mexican fighters, usually they give you action-packed fights. You know what I mean? So I think as far as the crowd will be entertained, but I would like to see all heavyweight cards, man. I think the division is cracking enough to where we can have that. You know what I mean? James Dag says it would be okay. Oh, James Dag said it would be interesting to see how Ortiz boxes with his new body. We gonna see. Definitely gonna see. Let me see. Kamel Oz, what's good, bro? Good to see you in here, man. Scrapbook says what's good. Salute to you. Salute to you, man. My man P Money says I have Wilder by 8th round KO. Both fighters are ready and I can't wait. And that's another thing. A lot of people, because was it like a month ago when Ortiz was on I forgot what telecast. Is it the Spence Porter telecast, y'all, that they announced the fight, or where Ortiz was interviewed? He had the red jumpsuit on. He looked kind of heavy. So even though he's coming in at a weight, his last fight he was 238. So he's coming in, you know, around the same weight, 236. He's 236. But what I'm saying is, I wonder how much weight did he put on in between these fights, and did he leave everything in the gym? I'm gonna say no because of what I've been seeing. What I've been seeing his weight look like in the last few fights. And he isn't some guy that's been up to like 266 and then came back down. He's been consistent with his weights between 235 and 240, maybe 241 here and there. But I think Ortiz gonna be in good shape. If he gets beat, it's gonna be because Wilder's just a better fighter. Renee Boxyoung was good. Fabisi says Christian Hammer's the kind of guy that's hard to look good against. He spoils a lot, a la Kevin Johnson. Yeah, I know there's gonna be some Anthony Joshua fans to say, but you know, Joshua killed him. He knocked him out quick. And so did one of the prospects. I think Qatar Malas beat Kevin Johnson easy, but historically, Kevin Johnson's not an easy fighter to look good against.
Now, on the belt above, it's going to be good. On the belt here, above, it's going to be good.
Is that Leo's dad?
PC Jacob was good. He says he got Wilder. Hey, PC Jacob, I talked to Malik Scott yesterday, and he thinks it's going to be between 3 and 4 rounds. Coach K. Hold on, is that my man Zone 6? Coach K. It looked like Zone 6 boxing old icon. I can't tell though. But what's up, Coach K? Is that Zone 6? Macadon 1, what it do? Renee Boxyoung says, man, I think 98% of boxing fans and viewers got Wilder for the KO. Yeah, it's most definitely going to end by KO. Trap House says, I forgot who is Marco Huck, or who is Marco Huck about to fight. Damn, I did hear about Marco Huck coming back. I forget, Trap House. Maybe my man Unbiased Heavyweight Rankings know. But I totally forgot, man. Focus Ball, what's good, man?
1 o'clock game.
V4AR, what's good? I'm way behind in the comments. GG, what's up, man? The female boxing fan won. Oh, what's good? I ain't seen you in a minute. Mike Wilkins says, by the way, who you got, Ruiz or AJ in that rematch? I got Ruiz knocking his ass out again. AJ he don't move his head good enough, man. I know he transferred into a new body and all that and losing a whole bunch of weight, but if you ain't moving your head, all that weight loss don't mean shit. And I think Ruiz got faster hands, better defense. He was walking AJ down easy. Even when AJ hurt him, he was walking him down patiently, slipping, walking him down patiently. He's just a better fighter, in my opinion. But I'm going to do a separate video for that one. Lala D, what's good? Okay, Unbiased Heavyweight Rankings of News says, last I heard, Marco Huck was fighting Joe Joyce. Didn't that go to purse bid? And Huck won? Yeah, yep, you're right, that did go to purse bid. But hey, y'all, about to enjoy these preliminaries, man. I'm going to talk to you guys after the fight. I'm gone. Y'all be easy.